Richard Hart's grand plan is to end with a stablecoin and then the Richard Heart wallet. But to get there, we need a big, fat peggening to appear first. And what I'm going to do is show it to you. Now, friends, for a lot of new people, I know you haven't watched all of Richard's streams. What I'm about to tell you, the roadmap, it is correct to some extent. It is correct. The little bitty details, no one knows, okay? He changes his mind. No one really knows. You got to talk to him directly, okay? But he told us multiple times on the streams, he has two plans. One, he wants to release a stablecoin. Two, he wants to make a crypto wallet. All right? That will confirm PulseChain as a religion. Do you remember from the archetype, the pyramid, you start as a meme. You go up into a cult. We have Hex Cult. Okay, Hex Cult bootstrapped it. PulseChain right now is a neo-religion, but it's priced like a celebrity meme coin. As Richard confirms, maybe guessing, he's behind pDAI. He releases a stable coin, okay? And then the wallet, as they transpire, friends, as we move on that journey, people will price it like a religion, okay? You don't want to buy a religion. You are buying high. You're buying Bitcoin at $100,000, okay? You want to buy Bitcoin when it was a meme, when it was like literally 1 cent, when it was for free. Then your second chance to buy Bitcoin was when it was a cult. That's when Richard Hart got in, Andreas Antonopoulos, Da Vinci J15, when they called it the cult of Satoshi. That's the opportunity. Let's continue. Now, friends, what I'm about to show you, there have been new discoveries in pDAI, and there's hard work here from NineIronCapital and as well DcentralizeMe. Now, I want to just repeat this to you, okay? So you don't need to know any of these specific details, okay? I'm still long pDAI. I am playing for a peggening, okay? I am playing... I'm playing for a peggening. So it doesn't happen in a day or a week or a month. Look, man, I'm just guessing as well, friends. I think he's going to do something like that, all right? I think he's going to do something like that. Why? Because Richard knows people want to sell at a dollar, but he also knows you want to sell at 10 cents too. So he's going to let people cheat along the way, okay? That's it. That's what I think, guessing. Now, there is a lovely flow chart here from Mr. NineIronCapital, okay? And it continues all the way down, and it shows how a lot of these things work. But you got to remember, friends, okay? I want to clear FUD. So there are a lot of new people joining in, okay? pDAI have a lot of new people. It's literally first cycle unicorn. When you're new, you don't understand how markets work. So you want a new person, they're playing momentum. They want the narrative to be a perfect story, okay? They want the narrative to be perfect, no cracks, no uncertainty, everything's going to be great, okay? You do not get that world. In crypto and all markets, when prices are cheap, it's because the narrative is a bit jaggy. When price is expensive, it's because the narrative looks perfect. But as you know, there are rallies and dips along the way. So the narrative is constantly changing. You never get a perfect narrative, okay? There's always a crack in the system, okay? But the only way to make it is to believe, okay? So learn from Hex. There was no perfect narrative. The only way that you were going to make it holding Hex was literally to believe. So maybe you believe in Richard Hart, maybe you believe in T-shirts, whatever it is. You believe in the community, okay? That's how you made it, okay? There was no perfect narrative. Again, by the way, look at Hex is on a big price discount as well, 99% down. As you can see, there is no perfect narrative. You see, it looks perfect, but then it changes. So now I'm going to read a post here from DcentralizeMe, but I've got to repeat to you, friends. So there's testings being done. There's things being done on the chain. None of us know 100% sure. So we've got ideas. There are definitely some things happening, and I want you to know this, okay, before I even read his posts. The whole debate is whether or not Richard Hart is involved with pDAI. That's the whole debate. Now, Richard posted about pDAI 4 times. He bragged about the chart being up 5,000x, okay? Now, GROK, as I have famously reported to you, friends, GROK gives a 60% chance that Richard Hart is behind pDAI. 60%. But the market is only at 2 cents right now. So I'm telling you, this is literally, friends, this is what everyone's arguing about. is he involved or not? Okay, don't let the fudsters people come out and say, oh, but you know, this thing might not work and you need more collateral and all these other things. That stuff, friends, the people who are not allocated in, they're just saying that to justify why they're not long, okay? And that's okay, man. People justify where they're in, they justify where they're at. You got to explain something, okay? But that's why I'm telling you. If Richard just tweeted, I like pDAI, okay, it's game on. That's all he has to say. If he just tweeted, I like pDAI, everyone would literally, their minds would explode because they would then string all the things on chain and they would say, oh, he just said it now, you see, but we already knew the information, okay? So that's how you know. So friends, you're listening, you just need faith, okay? You just need faith. It's like in the Bible, like, do you really need God to come and say that I'm helping you? No, you already knew. You know, it's like, do you need to be told the Holy Spirit, God was helping Donald Trump evade a bullet so we can get the biggest double bubble alt season of our lives? You don't need God to come down and tell you, hey, do you like that trick I pulled? No. You know what I mean? So that's why, friends, only the strongholders make it. Only believers make it in this game. Now, Mr. DcentralizeMe, he continues, I've made a mistake in NineIronCapital. I was under the impression Richard had pointed us to the reserve protocol and was actively using its governance in these protocols. Okay, so friends, pretty much what they say is, okay, now, don't worry about these little things. However, Richard could, so pDAI, friends, remember, for all of this to work, pDAI has to get to $1, no matter what. So whether pDAI is the final stable coin or if Richard wanted to, he makes like a Richard Heart stable coin, honestly, doesn't matter. It can't impact you, okay? All that impacts you is before that point, pDAI gets to $1. Okay, so the thesis is the same still. Now, I'm going to show you this picture just to give you an idea of what's going on. I got it once again, friends. We've got to learn new people, okay? Because, friends, it's funny. They're saying, we look up to you. We don't want to see you guys disagree. Like, oh, it's so cute. This is an uncertain world. There is chaos. If it was a certain world, the price would be at $1, okay? So we are not arguing about whether pDAI gets to $1 or not. In fact, no one's really arguing. They're just like trying to figure stuff out. It's like, okay, you're going to get a Bitcoin ETF. Sweet. Is it going to be by Roca Negra? Is it going to be by someone else? Is it going to be on Coinbase exchange? Is it going to be in January or April? Where's it going to be? See, all these little things, but don't worry about it. The fact is, you're going to get a Bitcoin spot ETF. Do you get it? Okay, the Bitcoin spot ETF came. Sweet. Well, that's what I'm saying. For this thing to work, you have to love being pegged. Okay? You have to love being pegged. All right? Now, Richard Hart, so it is confirmed. Okay, it is confirmed. Someone who controls all the tokens. And friends, look, I'm just telling you now. Do you think Richard's stupid? Friends, pDAI is 700 million market cap. Do you want to know how big PulseChain is? Removing the origin address, 1.3 billion. Okay, 1.3 billion. Now, why is that important? It's because you're telling me Richard is going to let another weirdo vampire attack his chain and suck in all the liquidity for a fake stablecoin that Richard's not involved with? Really? You think he worked all this time, all these years, raised all that money, and he's going to let a random person make this fake pDAI and make a conspiracy where he's involved and he's not going to say something? He has had 1.5 years to say, I am not behind pDAI, get out of everything. Okay, he has had 1.5 years to say it. What do you think Vitalik would do if a $50 billion stablecoin was made saying Vitalik backs his coin with his money? Okay, it got to that big. Imagine it got to like half the size of Ethereum. He would make a comment publicly and say, guys, I'm not affiliated with this. Leave me out of it, okay? Now, in the system that was tested, okay, Richard Hart can make a new stablecoin. And there are a few reasons why, if he wanted to, he could. So, now remember, it's not FUD with this, friends, but there are 13 signatures, I think, required for pDAI. And, you need 8 out of 13 confirmations. And they could toggle with the pDAI later on, which is like a very low chance. There's a lot of things, if he wanted to, he could do. But You need pDAI to a dollar anyway, okay, as we've established it. So you see this middle part here, friends? He was testing the reserve protocol, okay? And it's pretty much, friends, it's basically, it's not testing. It's like, bro, like, you don't test on the main chain, okay? You prepare on the main chain, okay? You go test on testnet. You got it? Now, this type of stuff, remember, friends, is what he showed the USDC and pDAI Pegg. He put it on, he put it off. He's basically saying, I'm sending a signal to you guys, okay? Now I'll just show you the chart. See that? Look at this. Look at this. He goes, hey, I'm going to unpeg this. Hey, guys, look, I can peg it again. And I can unpeg it. I can peg it. You see, it's basically, they're doing things. They're sending a signal out to the market. Like, hey, look at this thing we're building. It works. So I've also written here, I've shown a picture of the pDAI Pegg here. And I've said, look, it's like Richard sending a signal to everyone. He's saying, hey, I can peg pUSDC to pDAI, even though that pUSDC, it cannot be redeemed for a US dollar bank account deposit. It can't be redeemed from. And hey, look at this magic trick. I could actually put it to a dollar and peg it. Look at this. Isn't that cool? It's like he's saying a signal that I'm basically, friends, it's starting up the turbines for the engine. Now, if we go back once again to this picture, okay, look, this R token DAI, so I just showed you, this is a system. So he could do this in the future. And why I'm showing you this is once again to show you that there are bigger things happening. Okay, so the argument is not the specifics. The argument is he involved or not? Are these 11 strings of coincidences, are they him? Or is it some other schizo trying to like destroy Richard Heart from within? Okay, that's what obviously I believe it is him. That's just me taking a bet, okay? I think he would have said something by now. That's why the market reprices up over time. Also in this system, friends, in the collateral basket is pDAI here. So in this system, there's a new stablecoin. I call it Heart-DAI. Okay, by the way, there is no token called Heart-DAI. Someone made a meme coin out here immediately after the post. I just tried to rug on everyone. I use this green cool logo. I made this logo here, Heart-DAI. Now, Heart-DAI, why? It's got like Richard Hart's name in it. Okay, so it's like a fitting picture if he wants to advertise. Okay, but the collateral is pDAI from the vault. The over-collateralization is Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Wrap Bitcoin, which we know Richard has a lot of Bitcoin on. He has a lot of Bitcoin. He moved 8,000 wrapped Bitcoin. This is the BlackRock BTC, okay, that one. Sorry, I unpegged. I've got to repeg myself, friends. So now, the emergency collateral of this is Ethereum, which is the OA funds, the origin address. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you. So what he tested, friends, there's 3 defense mechanisms here. So we'll go through that shortly. But really, at that point, your gains are mostly done anyway. So like how it works and all these, like there's a defense mechanism. So people hold the stable coin and you earn a yield. So, but you holding the stable coin, you are helping to continue the peg. Okay, you're helping to continue the peg. That's line defense number 1. Line defense number 2 is going to be the collateral of the OA. Line defense number 3 is the emergency, like origin address funds. Okay, so there's 3 lines of defense. It's basically like a people's currency. The people back it. Now I'm going to play some Pumpy G music just to show you. It's you and me with Spoonie, friends. Spoonie's ready. Spoonie's ready. Okay, now Richard Hart's grand plan. Okay, so once again, could be a new stablecoin. Doesn't matter. You need pDAI dollar. So Richard Hart's grand plan. He wants a stablecoin. He already said that. It's kind of funny. I'm seeing the friends come Telegram chats. People are in cope mode, bro. The guy literally said in 2021, "I'm gonna make a stablecoin. I'm gonna make a wallet." Okay. He wants a stablecoin. He wants a wallet. I call it the Heart wallet. Okay. I call it stablecoin Heart-DAI. It could be pDAI. It could be something else. I'm just showing you. All right. Why? Well, just thinking in the future, this would put his net worth, if you roll this forward a couple of cycles, he can get to $1 trillion net worth in the next 10 to 15 years. He mentioned many times, I want to make a lot of millionaires. And also he's very, very capitalistic. That's actually you win in this world as well, friends. Yeah, you make other people rich and then you get richer. That's how it happens. Now, I have a flowchart here. Once again, don't get triggered. It could not work because we don't exactly know, but there are some things that plug the holes that make sense. And talk about pegging, plug the hole. Okay, let's go. 1, pDAI gets to $1. Now, it doesn't have to like teleport there. It can do a natural speculation process. It can do that and just it gets to $1. Okay, that's step number 1. Step number 2 is Heart-DAI is activated. Okay, so in this system, pDAI is the collateral. If people wanted to, they can hand it in and then it mints Heart-DAI. Okay, so, but whether he wants that or not, well, I just got to clarify for you, because remember, friends, we got unicorn people in here. Unicorn participants, they're all new. I'm trying to help you, okay? Because when they see one guy says A, one guy says like B, their mind loses and they just go skits. But you just gotta understand, man, like not everyone has all the answers. After this activates, all of this, the core coins will pump even harder. Okay, so we've already got a big round of a pump and they pump even harder. What I'll do, I'll show you the chart. This is the PLS PulseChain price. I'm hoping we've already done a big move up here, and then this activates, and this is the thing that makes it go like monstrously high, okay? And then here is PulseX. This is the monthly chart for PulseX, friends. I'm hoping this thing goes like monstrously high as well. But this first part, that's like phase 1, okay? Phase 1, everything gets the peg, then we're ready to go for the big one, okay? And yeah, it's going to be, not going to lie, it's going to be skitsy, because what if he doesn't come out and say, what if Richard doesn't come out and tag the word pDAI? That means next year in the first wave of crash, maybe PulseChain's only done like a 7x from now and everything else, you're going to have to be, so friends, I just have to re-peg myself. You're going to have to be guessing, speculating, like everyone is, that there's going to be a wave at the end of the year. Okay, so I'm pointing it out to you. So after the core coins pump, now be careful, don't get triggered. Okay, he could do his Richard Heart wallet sacrifice. Okay, Richard Heart does the Heart wallet, and I've got a cute little purse emoji with these. So because, friends, a lot of people said it's too early, it's not going to work. Habib, it's a bull market cycle. Okay, so there's only one place to raise money next year. Okay, we raised all the PulseChain and PulseX stuff for all of this to happen. We raised it in 2021. Okay, if you did it in 2020, it wasn't good enough. If you did it in 2022, terrible. 2023, all this year, terrible. You only had 1 year, 2021. I believe Richard knows if I'm going to raise any money and I've got to do this, it has to be done next year. That's what I'm guessing, okay? He eventually, later on, obviously, the Heart wallet gets built. But now you got to think about, like, why is this even, like, really, really special? Well, it's because the Heart wallet would be accepted worldwide by merchants, and its native stablecoin, Heart-DAI or whatever it is, will allow everyone in the world to earn yield on PulseChain through a bear market and never need to bridge. Now, I can literally sniff Richard saying this. He can feel it, friends. Because friends, this is the big idea stuff people think. So when you're like rotating a little shitty $250 meme coin, you don't care about this stuff. He does. Okay, he's got billions. He's thinking, he said to me, Sommi, what is the biggest issue in crypto right now? And I would say the fact that everyone lives in the freaking 3-year altcoin bear market. That's the biggest issue. And so he would know, they will know this, friends. And he'd be like, okay, well, I am going to give product market fit to something that is trying to close that gap. All right. So if you have a native stablecoin and a wallet, it's what Apple does, friends. You know, Tim Apple invented Apple. It's like the vertical distribution of the experience. You literally control everything from the start to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. So you have your Hex, your Better Bitcoin, you got your staking, right? You got literally you have your Hex, your Better Bitcoin, friends. You've got your PulseX, your meme coin, casino stuff, buy and burn. PulseChain's obviously the chain. Now you got a stable coin. Then you have the crypto wallet. Okay, so you have all of these, yes? He also alluded once he wanted to make like an exchange, but he probably looked into it and he's like, maybe it comes much later on. Who knows? Or maybe, friends, you don't even need an exchange. Now I'm thinking about it, because exchanges, they're going the way of the dodo. Because if everyone just gets a wallet, then there's DEXs everywhere. You don't need an exchange. You know what I mean? It's decentralized. So he's probably be like, nah, that's too much effort. The exchanges are just fading away over time. Now, if this all happens, because he said it's happening, He said it's happening. It's just a matter of when. Okay, it would be a unicorn opportunity, and we're on it right now. I'm going to repeat once again. He told us, "I'm making a stablecoin. I'm making a wallet." All right. And if he did that wallet, now he goes stablecoin, man. It's literally the world first of its kind. Or even if it's not the world first at the time, it's pretty cool. Okay, it is really cool because you can earn yield from your wallet. And it's within the ecosystem, and it's a fully decentralized stablecoin, and you can't turn it off. So, you know, friends, you know, Coinbase, they are. Brian Boldstrong is doing a Trojan horse attack on JP Mosquito. Do you know that? Because Brian Boldstrong, he's friends with Donald Trump now because he donated heaps, and he's going to put USDC on all the Coinbase wallets, so you can earn yield on your Coinbase wallet from anywhere around the world, which means it strengthens the US dollar. Now, here's the thing. You are taking money away from the deposits of JP Mosquito and all the banks. So that's probably a FUD narrative for the next bear market because maybe JP Mosquito wants to take down crypto. But here's the thing. USDC can shut off anywhere. So if USDC really wanted to, they can blacklist many wallets. They can. They can blacklist them unless you're authorized or whatever. Okay, but Richard Heart's stablecoin here, Heart-DAI, as I showed the logo, or pDAI, Heart-DAI, doesn't matter. Okay, Richard Heart's stablecoin, now you don't have to worry about that. It's literally a fully decentralized stablecoin, world first. You got to remember as well, MetaMask, friends, and I have a clown emoji for them because they're trash. MetaMask and other wallets do not have their own issued self-centered stablecoin. So you might also ask, where's the angel music? There you go. There you go. There's your angel music. Another question. Why hasn't he made this announcement? You gotta understand, friends. I've seen it firsthand. You know, all the people who hate Richard, they copy him. They copy him, okay? And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want them to front run him. Okay? It's such a big idea. And by the way, look at pDAI. He doesn't want people to front run him. All right. Also, he didn't tell you that he was going to sell Ethereum at the top and buy Hex, did he? No, he didn't. Because he didn't want people to front run him. He wanted only the believers to be in. You get it? Because if you let the non-believers get in, you misallocate capital. Now you have hoarders of the coins, and then they just dump on new believers who come in later on who pay higher prices, and he doesn't want that. Also, friends, just to let you know, the more believers in pDAI, okay, the more believers in pDAI who are not like basically told the free information that he could easily tell, the more believers there are in, the less likely you are to sell when it gets to $1, okay? If Richard Heart announced today, hey everybody, I'm behind pDAI, guess what would happen? All these people come in, they don't really believe in it. They're hoping to dump at $1 straight away. They won't even consider staying, okay? But because it's kept it the way like this, there's higher odds you will participate in the ecosystem more and you won't just all bridge out. So I mentioned in his grand plan, right? So at the end of this, you can stake through your crypto Heart wallet. You earn yield through DeFi PulseX. You can directly stay in the PulseChain ecosystem in a bear market, which is the ultimate needed use case in crypto. So that would literally, friends, he becomes a trillionaire. He gets to sit next to Elon Musk. And as we all famously heard, Elon Musk said, I have a fondness of Hex. Okay, well, Richard Heart might be fondling his nuts at the table too. So based off this, what would imply, like you want some steps, okay? This is the most important, friends. pDAI's got to get to $1 first. That's it. Okay. And then if it decides to go this way, he can use that because the system actually says that's what he's doing now. We just don't know. Okay. So, but don't joke it. On chain, it actually says, hey, you can transfer this into basically a new stablecoin. It could if it wanted to. Okay. And it would back Heart-DAI, whatever. All right. Now, Heart-DAI, friends, pDAI, it doesn't matter. It could be the same. I just use this as a nice emoji image just to paint the picture. Now, this is where the flow has to be understood, okay? So, after it's pegged, you see Richard's genius. Remember I just showed you pUSDC pegging pDAI, right? This is how the flow would actually work from the start. USDT backs pUSDT. Then the pUSDT backs pUSDC. And then that pUSDC backs the pDAI. And if we wanted to, the pDAI backs Heart-DAI. Okay? So you follow that flow chart. And I have a picture here for you. This is what it looks like. You have your tether, pulse tether, then your pulse tether into the pulse circle into the pDAI. The pDAI backs the Heart-DAI. So all of these have got to be $1. That's why, friends, the Peggening, it's critical. Now, remember I talked about those lines of defense before? Well, the first line of defense is people earning yield. So you sit in the protocol. So in this protocol, just to let you know, friends, you get yield from other people minting. Okay, you basically, it's like, there's fees and stuff just provided to it. And the backers of last resort becomes like the OA sacrifice funds. The OA 170,000 ETH. But there's like 3 lines of defense to restore it in case. Now, honestly, I don't know. Is it automatic? Does it have to sit somewhere? What happened? Honestly, like people can work out all those weeds. All I'm concluding from these is if you're sitting on the sidelines and you're saying, oh, I don't think Richard's involved. Okay, all I'm just saying is this price of 2 cents to me, so it's okay. Yeah, everyone has different opinions. I personally think GROK is mogging you in real time. GROK gave it a 60% chance, Habib. The AI. The AI, you plug in all the evidence and all the data, it says, okay, 60% odds it's Richard. Oh yeah, some people need a 100% chance. Okay, bro, you sit on the sidelines, okay? The market doesn't work like that. If you have a 100% chance of it, it'd be at $1. All right? It'll probably be at $1. So I like this. The market's saying 2%. That's why it's 2 cents. Yeah. And GROK's saying it should be 60 cents. You see? So, by the way, if pDAI was 60 cents today, you should pretty much be selling based off the information you know. Because it's 60% odds. But what's your bet? But you would be selling at 60 cents anyway. However, my guess is when 60 cents comes, by then it would be like 99% sure it's Richard. Okay? He'd probably be even tweeting it by then. And you're like, okay, what are the chances it's somebody else controlling Richard's Twitter account and he's like basically, he's got that Apple and basically someone's put him in a bondage for like one of those sex fetishes in a sex dungeon. What are the chances that's happening? Okay, 1% chance. Okay, that means pDAI should be 99 cents. So that's what I'm feeling. So remember I showed you that flowchart earlier. This is the reserve thing that he was testing, friends. So you have, remember, the R token. I just called it Heart-DAI, nice comics. Then the collateral basket is the $1 pDAI. It has over collateralization here of these, which we went through before. And then you have the emergency collateral, which is the origin address SAC funds. That's why, friends, I tell you, man, Habibi, you're a yummy donut. You are. As Ethereum's price rises, the emergency collateral for this idea is getting healthier. Okay. So as the ETH goes up, not only does it slingshot Pulse, it slingshots pDAI because the odds of this. But then you're like, oh, but we don't know. Okay, well, probably just, if you don't like it, don't buy. Go buy something else. Now, you got to ask why. I've seen some comments about this as well. Why would he even do this? Why do it this way? Well, look, just to let you know, friends, once again, not FUD. With pDAI, if MakerDAO wants to ruin their reputation, they could mint more DAI with 8 out of 13 signatures. If they went out of their way, okay? So maybe, I'm just thinking, if Richard, he's thinking, you know what? I don't want to even give him that power in like 10 years from now. Let me make a Heart-DAI with a $1 pDAI peg to move it on. So that's why I've written here, if he wants to conquer the world, he would remove this low 0.1% chance. That's one reason, okay, to do this. Another reason, this Heart-DAI also gives him the option to use his name for marketing. Okay, so like I called it Heart-DAI. It could be Richard Heart USD, HUSD, whatever. I've just throwing names out here, but like he puts his name on a currency. It's like, hey, I've got my dollar bill. It's got my face on the dollar bill. Okay, so that is one potential reason. But then you could also make the reason, but maybe you want to be more neutral, like Satoshi. You got to decide that, man. Like, the options there. Okay, just see this is the best part, man. If you're arguing about if he's going to do a new stablecoin or keep the pDAI, you're basically saying, okay, pDAI is definitely going to $1 anyway. I'm just now bored with my arguments. That if you're having that argument, okay? Because remember, what's everyone stuck on? They're stuck on, is he involved or not? Also, think about this. the pTokens are up enormous amounts. Okay, so this is what I'm gathering. I'm gathering that they have signaled to the market that they are amazing potential already. And you've seen it, man. Like pDAI, pTokens, they've done big gains, man. So pDAI went up 18,000x. So if pDAI got to $1, friends, if you got to $1, just think about the potential of the other pTokens. It enhances PulseChain. It makes people speculate. You know, because that's what happened, man. If pDAI gets to $1, the chaining community, the Aave community, the Maker community, the pUni community, everyone, like, we will be yelling to the community, oh my God, the other airdrop hit parity with our coin. Like, they'll be taking note. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be more mindshare. Also, for this idea, if he does this, it would raise a lot of money in 2025. Okay, it would raise a lot of money because one, new bull market, higher market cap. If he made like that new stablecoin thing after that pDAI was $1, it could, well, it depends, a big gargantuan because it's earning fees from the protocol. And then when you hold, you're rewarded for like helping support the peg. You're rewarded yield. Okay, so that's why it's such a symbiotic thing if it occurred. I also threw this interesting part here so you can read how much money is needed to cover the redemptions at $1 pDAI. Honestly, it's so random. Like, because if Richard just owns 55% of the coins and everybody else dumps, worst case, you need a $60,000 ETH. Okay, but maybe, like, not maybe, one, he could be, friends. Like, I'm just gonna tell you right now, he could be. You know when this thing dumps, dude, friends. You know when these things dump down here. There's high odds to me. He's got anonymous wallets. He's rotating some of the pulse in. He's taken up the supply. He's buying it now because there's less supply to deal with, because you're incentivized to do it. If you're going to do this, think about it. If you were running this, wouldn't you keep buying dips on the crashes, not on the FOMO candles, on the big crashes out, just so you get the JEETs out? Because the JEETs, and you wouldn't go and tell them, hey, JEET, don't JEET now, JEET at $1. You wouldn't tell them that because that's a bigger bill for you to pay. So I went through all the calculations. 60,000 ETH is possible, but I also went down. I'm like, well, I brought it down all the way to like a $10,000 ETH. I assumed like, hey, he owns more of the circulating coins. I made, friends, my top 7 reasons why we don't need that big peg. So if you're looking at this, okay, worst case 60,000, worst case, which just means it's a matter of time, I guess. It's a long time. But yeah, you could bring it down here, man. You could literally bring it down here. What about even like a 15K, friends? It's instead of 60K, what if all of this can be done at like 15K, 10 to 15? But see what I mean? Like, don't worry about that specific number. Just think about like, oh, there is a path. That's it. That's it, okay? Look at this big lollipop. Remember, what are people who are not allocated saying? They're saying there is no path. It is impossible, okay? And I'm saying, no, that glass, that's orange juice, it's half full, baby. 3 ice cubes, okay? So if there is a path and he is involved, what do you think people are going to do? Do you think all these people, everyone, like, I'm saying this as a metaphor. Everybody's been sucking off Richard as a KOL for like a year and a half. Do you honestly think they are going to not FOMO the crap out of pDAI if he just hinted he's behind it? And by the way, in the middle of my recording, yes, my computer just blew up again, friends. That's how much I love you, man. Like, I think when I yelled out, everybody's sucking him off. That was the explosion that made everything happen. Also, friends, do you remember this thing? Look, Habib, we got to take some hints. We got to take some hints, okay? Do you see the wrapped Bitcoin here? Okay. On the PulseChain launch, someone, Richard, moved 8,000 wrapped Bitcoin around just to like move shit around, move it to the farms. All right. That's worth billions of dollars at 150K Bitcoin. Just 8,000 wrapped Bitcoin. So, look, here's the thing, friends. It makes sense for him to do this. Why? He's got a lot of money. If he makes his protocol, yeah, he can use his collateral to go mint a stablecoin. He can access his collateral for him in the community. You see, he can do that. So you can actually do that. Otherwise, like, he don't want to sell this stuff. You don't want to sell your stuff ever. He could do that. You see, and it allows everybody else to do the same thing too. Now, I'm going to be warning you when this eventually comes out. And this is going to be years, by the way. But when it does come out, I'll be warning you, be careful of leverage, man. Because like volatility and all these, yes, but let's see. Now, as a cute Easter egg at the end, I've got question. Help! I just read a lot of high-value alpha content from Sommi and I'm all out of orange juice. So I know after reading such detailed things like there's forks in the road and all these, no pun intended, PulseChain fork. So not financial advice, but if I was reading all this and I watch this video, I'm like, help me, Sommi, help me. All this information, too much high-value content. All right. It's like going to a party, by the way, and saying, this party's just too good. It's just too good. It's just, okay. The orange juice is very squeezy and juicy. Number one. pDAI's going to $1. Get pegged. Okay, that's right. I said it. Get pegged. If it works out, if it goes to 0, okay, that sucked. That sucked. But if it goes up, I think it's worth taking. Okay, so I've got to tell you, I don't care if this doesn't work out. You show me these facts and evidence, I take the punt every time. Okay, market price is at 2 cents. GROK is saying a 60% chance. 11 on-chain things from Richard. The pegging and the repegging and unpegging and who's going to peg. There's butt plug pegs and for everybody. Okay, I get it. He's had 1.5 years to deny he's behind it. 1.5 years. He said he's going to make a decentralized stablecoin. He said he's going to make a wallet. It's an inverse freaking, it's an inverse chart of a stablecoin. And as well, it's got the Richard Heart signature where he mints the thing, drops 99% and comes back up. You stack all of these together. I'm taking the bet. I don't care. So yes, that does confirm the friendship of pDAI to $1 if it continues. And by the way, look at this, friends. Look at this. Look at the pDAI pulse ratio, bro. Friends, this thing is gliding up against pulse. All right. Is it a stretch to imagine that Richard is actually using the pulse to buy this up? I don't know. I don't think it's a stretch. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And this is it once again, the friendship. So there you go. pDAI $1. Also, what we can derive after that, okay? All the non-believers will get mogged. You have PulseChain core coins will then rip and melt faces, okay? That's the second part. I have it written here. PulseChain core coins will all melt faces. Yeah, because now you've got the stablecoin. You complete everything. Now it can be used with bridges and stuff built out to absolutely melt everything. Now, number 3 is optional. Number 3. pDAI will back the new Heart-DAI stablecoin. Once again, I don't know. You don't need to know. You can't even do it. You can't even make money off that anyway. So don't worry about that part. Okay. Number 4, there might be a Heart wallet sacrifice later in the bull market. And yes, it'd be like just a hex one. Price runs up heaps. It gets people to put in. Okay. But that would be very fitting, wouldn't it? Where people would sacrifice their pDAI or anything else that's like backed at $1. They'd put that in. All right, we'll see when we get there, you know. But you know, there's illegal stuff and SEC stuff. I don't know. Is it going to be a sacrifice? We'll see. But also, you might say, "Oh, he'll never run a sacrifice." Here's the thing, friends. Richard can literally, friends. He's a smart dude. Okay, he can outwit them. He can like literally put he could just put an address up on his main account and says, oh, look, it seems as if somebody has made a website and they're calling it a wallet sacrifice or something, and it has an address here, and it seems to be similar set up to PulseChain and PulseX in 2021. And that's it. And he writes, not financial advice. There you go. There's a tweet. See, we will all know that's the wallet sacrifice. We'll know that. And he won't come out and say, hey, give me money. He won't say any of that. He'll just say, oh, it seems to be this. And you think people aren't going to participate? Friends, Richard farts and look what happens. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I think we're going up now. See what I mean? Like, of course, if he says something like that, there you go. He gets all the money in the account. It doesn't even matter what they do legally. So, symbiotic relationship. After all of this, he'll eventually, that's the roadmap. You got your stablecoin. That's this cycle narrative. Maybe next one's the final wallet. Maybe. Okay. Then he has everything, right? You have all the core coins. Remember, all the core coins, you have your stable coin, because stable coin is very important. Okay, if we're in a bear market for 3 years and then a bull market for 1 year, you got to figure something out for that bear market, because it's just prices going down. You see, but if people are locked in, they are earning yield. Yes, that can help mitigate the stress and the trauma, because you don't need to bridge out. You get it? You don't need to bridge. You don't need to leave. You just leave it sit there. Oh, I'm earning yield. This is a good time to buy. Yeah, you can speculate with all this stuff, but it's what he wants, man. You can, friends, that's what everyone wants. Okay, do you want a system? It's a religion, bro. You never leave. You have a solution for everything. What's the biggest problem with Hex? Oh, he went down 99%. Okay, what if there was a stable coin that you could take profit into that lets you sit there and earn yield in case there's a bear market? That's why Richard Heart's building it. Of course, I leave the most important messages for the end. Get pegged. So, what do you think of all that? What do you think of all that? Look, I'm here 18 hours a day, man. I've got 5,000 things also on the list to talk about. Just use your brain for 5 seconds. Spend a minute, actually. If my friend Sommi could talk about 5,000 things, okay, and he has all these options on all these chains and all these other things out there, and he's made 20 freaking videos about this plan, about this roadmap, about these things coming together. And remember, friends, I even told you I don't have all the answers, and I told you there are missing pieces, and then we keep discovering new pieces over time. Everyone lost their mind at that. I'll go, bro, go stuff yourself. Go truck yourself. We don't have all the answers, okay? I was right. We don't have all the answers, but we're finding more out, okay? You never heard about this. You don't even know what reserve protocol is, friends. I know half of you don't. We remember that from 2021. You had no idea about this concept. You see how they're throwing themselves in now? The best part, though, as a speculator, believer, a faithful one, okay, a disciple of protein, okay, I've already told you the secret, though. Okay, you don't need all the information. In fact, that means the opportunity's gone. What you need is to believe. Pegged! Make sure you like, subscribe, better button, all. Catch you soon.